Now, the 2021 Money in the Bank pay-per-view featured plenty of surprises, including Big E's incredible win in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. But why did WWE give him the win? Well, join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the real reasons why Big E captured the men's Money in the Bank briefcase. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Number 1. The WWE has always had big plans for Big E. While Big E has played an important role in the New Day, longtime fans have heard rumors about Big E stepping out into the singles spotlight. Talk has varied from Big E turning heel to the WWE just splitting the New Day up. In fact, these stories were in circulation before Kofi Mania, suggesting they've been trying to figure out a way to do so. As the New Day fans know, the group has been adamant about not feuding with each other or even going their separate ways, something which may have delayed the WWE's efforts to push the big man, but we now know that's no longer the case. Number 2, it's the next step. Now, the biggest reason for Big E's win is that it's the next step in Big E's gradual rise from a tag team wrestler to a singles superstar. The WWE has been methodical in building Big E up as a singles wrestler, first by separating him from the New Day teammates Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston so he could shine in the spotlight. Second, the WWE had Big E work a few programs before becoming Intercontinental Champion. While it wasn't Big E's first singles title win, this one meant much more, and he was booked into a strong program against Apollo Crews that not only gave Big E a chance to prove he's more than a capable wrestler, it showed that he can carry a singles program all on his own. And although his feud with Apollo Crews was also due to Crews' outstanding work, Big E could only go so much further as Intercontinental Champion, a title which has sadly proven to be more of a dead end than a stepping stone to the World Championship as it once was. So the WWE wisely took the belt off him, and now Big E is ready to take things to the main event, and his win solidifies him as a bona fide contender. Number 3. To build Seth vs Edge. And while it's obvious that the WWE built this match around Big E securing his first Money in the Bank briefcase, it was also designed to set up several other storylines. The first is Seth Rollins' budding feud with Edge, and Rollins, who thought he was a shoo-in to win the match, had his dream shattered and took his anger out on Edge, costing the Rated R superstar a championship over Roman. While Rollins could have won the briefcase, the WWE wants to book Rollins vs Edge for now, and there's no reason Rollins needs the briefcase. Number 4. To further the Jinder Mahal vs Drew McIntyre program. Another purpose for Big E's win was to hype up the feud between Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal, a feud that has no immediate end in sight thanks to Mahal and his flunkies costing McIntyre the match. The WWE made it clear that McIntyre had the match won until Mahal's interference. Now Drew can feud with the modern day Maharaja and stay out of the World Championship picture for the time being. Number 5. To give the fans a feel-good moment. A Tonight Show marked the return of fans to a WWE pay-per-view, not counting this year's WrestleMania, which was only at limited capacity, and the WWE wanted to give the fans some feel-good moments amongst some of the heels' victories, such as the Usos capturing the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, Styles and almost retaining, Charlotte Flair becoming a 14-time champion, although that really should have been well, actually the crowd cheered for that, and Roman Reigns throwing back Edge's world title challenge. A Big E is an immensely popular superstar, and the WWE likely knew that a Big E win would elicit a positive reaction. Number 6. They wanted to test Big E's popularity. And there's little question that Big E is popular, but is he popular on his own or because of his role in the New Day? Well, that's something the WWE hasn't been able to fully measure since the fans have been absent for so long. Tonight's Money in the Bank win gave the WWE a massive chance to measure just how popular Big E is with the fans. Judging from the fans' wild cheers, it's clear that the WWE's choice to award the Money in the Bank briefcase to Big E is a popular one. Now that the WWE plans seem to have gone over with the fans, not that the fans' reaction have ever stopped the WWE from going in a different direction, what's next for Mr. Money in the Bank? Number 7. A new threat for Roman. And one of the biggest reasons for Big E's win, besides the WWE's long-term plans for him as a solo act, is that it opens the door for a fresh opponent for Universal Champion Roman Reigns. As good as Reigns has been, the WWE is beginning to run out of challenges for the Tribal Chief. Although there will likely be some fresh faces on the blue brand after the 2021 draft, it's difficult to think of any current performer who is such a dynamic opponent for Reigns. Big E has a combination of size and power to keep up with Reigns, as well as an entertaining array of moves that utilizes his speed and power very well. Big E's positive attitude is a stark contrast to Reigns' self-absorbed persona. Add in the fact that Big E can call in Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston for backup to offset any interference from the Usos, and you have a new opponent for Roman that could keep fans in suspense as to when Big E will cash in his briefcase. Number 8. The WWE's WrestleMania 37 backup. And while we believe Big E was the WWE's first and only choice to win this year's men's briefcase, there's a secondary reason for his win: to serve as a backup for WrestleMania 37 in the event that The Rock is unable to compete. By now, most fans have heard how the WWE is pushing hard to get Roman vs. The Rock locked in for next year's showcase of the Immortals, even if it means going with a tag team match featuring Reigns and one of the Usos against The Rock and another Uso. However, if that doesn't happen, they could change things up, opting instead for Big E to challenge Roman Reigns at the WWE Show of Shows. If they continue building Big E up, he could become one of Reigns' strongest challengers, besides icons like Edge and John Cena. However, is Big E limited to wrestling Roman Reigns? Well, of course not, and as we'll see next, they may have already set things up for the champion Big E will challenge. Number 9. To avenge Kofi. A Kofi Kingston squash loss to the WWE champion Bobby Lashley may have seemed meaningless, especially for fans still reeling from Kingston's lightning-fast loss to Brock Lesnar in 2019. Lashley absolutely dominated Kingston, with the former WWE champion getting next to no offense in and being completely destroyed by the Almighty. Kingston took such a pasting that by the time Lashley applied the hurt lock, Kingston was defenseless, leading to the referee calling for the bell. Kingston's embarrassing loss to Lashley may have served another purpose other than further solidifying the WWE champion's reputation as a beast. It has given Big E plenty of reason to want to get revenge on Lashley for hurting his friend. Normally, Big E couldn't wrestle Lashley since Bobby is a Raw star and Big E works on SmackDown. An arrogant MVP and Lashley might even throw this in Big E's face, only for Big E to remind him that he can challenge any world champion at any time. It's an interesting scenario and one that is going to have to wait, since rumor has it the WWE is booking Goldberg vs Lashley at SummerSlam. And number 10, the WWE could go all in for Big E vs Roman Reigns. Finally, if they can't get The Rock at WrestleMania, it could up the stacks even more for a Big E vs Roman Reigns match, with Big E capturing the WWE Championship before then and Roman Reigns still holding the Universal Championship. This would be a rare champion versus champion winner takes all match that can catapult either man's career even further and help make up for a loss of a Roman vs Rock match. We think this is more of a long shot, but it shouldn't be ruled out. But there you have it, guys. I'll look at the real reasons why Big E is your 2021 Money in the Bank men's briefcase winner. What do you think of Big E's win, and what's next for him? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.